Darkside Pimp says in 2028, convert all my detractors into attractors. No, I'm telling you, you have no idea how funny it is. So now the detractors are falling apart at the seams and becoming the LOLCOWs themselves. And they don't get it because they live in such a tunnel vision world of, you know, hand holding around their own campfire, singing Kumbaya and circle jerking each other for the last 5 to 10 years. They've had it good. Now it's falling apart. They're being exposed for their unhinged nonsense that they do every day. I'm telling you, this fucking Twitter account is getting their goat so fucking bad. It's fucking hilarious. Like, did you know that at one point there was an 8-hour-long marathon podcast about my cat? Yeah. And this thing's now being exposed and people are saying, no, that's a lie. So then people will link the video and they'll be like, what? That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's how crazy they are. They're unhinged losers. And they're like, well, but they get more views than Phil. Well, first of all, wrong. All of your viewers are mine. Because if you didn't cover my content or watch me, no one would watch you. So literally every detractor viewer is a DSP viewer, not a detractor viewer. They're all my viewers, all right? Now, I don't make any money on them, but I make a good living regardless. So I don't give a fuck, right? So go fuck yourselves. But you're being exposed as the clowns that you all have been. Your clown show's been going on now for a long time. And now people are looking at it and laughing at you from the outside because guess what? You are the LOLCOWs. You don't understand that your actions now are based on people goading you. Like when I goaded you into go supporting COG and you did because you're a bunch of fucking losers and I showed how embarrassing you all are. Or this Twitter account now that's not me that you guys are accusing of being me. It's not me, but you can't handle it because you're such fucking losers. You are the ones being goaded into action like LOLCOWs. Get it? You're the entertainment now. And I'm sitting back and laughing my ass off every single day at these losers. It's great. Yes, I'm telling you. Why do you think, boy, people are so silly. Why do you think restreamers have more viewers than the main core content? This is always the case. Almost always. The toxic restreamer will have more audience than the original person that they're streaming. Because there's a bunch of toxic idiots who like to watch that shit. They're all deranged. They're idiots. There's way more dumb people on Earth than there are intelligent, positive people. There's more toxic, deranged, unhinged losers on planet Earth than there are intelligent, positive, constructive people. You know that, right? Like, so there's always going to be the negative, toxic will always outweigh the positive. There's nothing you can do about that. But I'm the winner here. I'm the one with all the attention on me. I'm the one who gets to make a living doing this, not them. I'm the one who gets the one up. And then when some moron oversteps like DOODYSTREAMS, and then he starts fucking around with people like Keemstar, he loses his monetization. I mean, that's what happens. You know, and the thing is, I don't have to lift a finger. Do you get it? I literally don't have to lift a finger for any of it. It's all happening around me and unwinding and unfolding. And all I'm doing, I'm making content I like, and I'm just sitting back and I'm laughing and enjoying the ride. Every moment of it. Every toxic idiot out there, right? So dumb. That's correct. And you're right. All of the people who illegally restream me because they're morons, right? And they want to have toxic shit. All those are my viewers. 1,000,000%. That's my viewership right there. Those are every one of you who's watching a restreamer. You're my viewer. You get that? Because if my stream was off, you'd have nothing to do right now. You're watching Phil. You're not watching the restreamer. The restreamer is just the stupid asshole. He's like the redistributor of the content. But you're watching Phil. Deal with it. That's the truth. A day when I'm not here is a day that you're bored arguing with this fucking dummy account on Twitter that's making fun of you because you're a bunch of idiots. You fall for it every time. By the way, why don't you go give COG some money or maybe Ethan Ralph some money today? I'm sure they'll make good use of it, right? You fucking mouth droolers. God, you really don't get it. You're just, again, this fantasy life. They don't understand how things have changed this year at all. They have no concept because they can't. They can't live in reality. They have to live in their alternate dimension of, oh, we're the best and we're better than Phil and he's a LOLCOW and la la la. You're so dumb. You just don't get it anymore. Do I think there's a way to turn misguided hate watchers into legitimate fans? Yeah, it's this simple. If you're watching one of these toxic restreamers, think about how dumb they are. They're literally wasting all this time on nothing. Nothing's ever going to come of it. They're not making a living doing it. They're just losers. Stop watching them and come over to the real content and hang out with me. Everyone is welcome. There's been tons of people who've said, hey, you know, I used to be a detractor of yours. I watched all that toxic stuff, but I've come over and I've learned to kind of enjoy just being here and being a part of your legit community now. Everyone is always welcome. It's an open door policy with me. I don't care what your past is. I care about what your present and your future is. Okay? That's true. Fed Rogers says, don't forget these idiots got scammed by Super Crazy. Can you believe that you guys, these detractors, gave money to Super Crazy? You gave money to a person whose name is Super Crazy. The name itself wasn't a giveaway. 3K scammed. Congrats. You can even argue, well, Phil only scammed 1K for his cat. You dunces paid 3K. Oh my God. Lady Charisma says, I'll admit from 2016 to 18, I was actually a detractor of yours, but I got into a university and I started to see how dumb my internet shit stirring was. Again, those of you who watch a restreamer right now, there's probably thousands of you, right? I'm not kidding. Like, I have legit viewers. I currently have 279 on YouTube, and I have like 30 something on Kick, right? So I have about 300 viewers live for my podcast right now. I probably have 1,000 people watching me on restreams, various restreams, right? And you're all my viewers. As much as you want to admit it or not, you're all my viewers. And the person you're watching restream me is the LOLCOW. Get it? They are. What's happened to a lot of people over the years is exactly what happened to me. In the 2000s, I was an internet troll. I trolled the shit out of people in the Street Fighter community because I was young, I was dumb, I was immature, and I got laughs out of it. You know, oh, give me the lols, get it? LOLCOW, right? I essentially was trolling people like LOLCOWs in the Street Fighter community. Like, that's what I was doing before they were ever called LOLCOWs, all right? And then what happened was, as I continued to get older in the 2000s, probably around 2005, 2006, I started to actually like do good in competitive Street Fighter. And as I did, I realized I enjoyed being nice to people and being cool with people and traveling the country and meeting people and hanging out and having fun gameplay and rivalries and organizing tournaments and doing constructive things with my time way more than I enjoyed just ripping people assholes on the internet. It took a while. It took like maybe 7 years for this to hit me, but it did. And I grew up and I matured. And by the end of my competitive Street Fighter run, I had completely thrown away any of that kind of negative, toxic behavior on the internet. And instead, I became a constructive force in Street Fighter for the end of my run. And it was a very different time that I actually cherish and I kind of miss because there was nice people I met from all over the country. It gave me opportunity to spend time with people and not just be in heated rivalries, talking shit and being a dickhead, you know? And it's cool because every once in a while, to go back and maybe talk with people from that time period is very nice to reminisce, right? I feel like people who are my detractors today, or maybe you watch a restreamer detractor, you're going to get there someday. You're going to realize after a while that the shtick is boring, especially this year. Like, I'll admit, in previous years, I would make the same mistakes over and over, right? You had the WWE Champions thing. You had the fucking always begging for money. You had all this shit going on. If you haven't noticed, it's all over, right? It is. It's done. It's done with. It's not going to happen again. The support is to a level where I don't have to worry about that shit anymore, right? The Champions thing is gone. There's no other skeletons hiding in the fucking closet. It's all done. So now I'm going to move forward positively. Even people out there who used to shit on me are saying, yeah, Phil just basically isn't really a LOLCOW anymore because there's nothing to laugh at. Like, he's not giving people what they want. So he's just being a small-time content creator with his audience, and that's, you know, good on him. That's all I ever wanted anyway. I'm not going to feed the trolls anymore because there's no point. The things that they're trying to make into big deals don't exist. They're literally just making shit up now because they think that, like, how did Phil register to vote? Who cares? It's my right to register however I want. It's not LOLCOW content. You're a fucking idiot. That's what I mean. But that's the straws they're grasping at to have content now. So listen, I have absolutely no ill will towards anyone out there who's been watching the tractor shit. Really, I don't. And if you ever want to come by and actually check out the real content, the real streams, it's an open door policy. You're always welcome here. You know, be a part of the positive side of things instead of the people who just want to sit there dumping ass on people all day, right? Johnny5 in Quick just says, literally, they're making 10 to 20-minute videos on you not wanting to play Stellar Blade. That's all they have now. There's nothing left. The LOLCOW days are over, and they ain't coming back, man. They're not. So just deal. They can't deal with it. I say just deal with it, but they can't. Like they cannot understand that I've become a normal creator now. They just can't handle it. You know, the choices I have made in the last few years, as bad as they seem, all have led to this moment. You have to understand, me not going on the LOLCOW podcast, me actually handling the Side Scrollers interview the way that I did, me not doing the Mike Klum documentary, me branching out and changing for the better in various different ways, right? Actually improving my setup, doing different kinds of content, branching out with the guys from Kino Casino, doing interviews. All these things have led to this. And this is like probably best case scenario for me at this point. It's certainly not ideal, but it's best case scenario. I'm happy. And the point they'll say, oh, this is Phil's cope. There's no cope. I'm happy. Don't you get it? Things are better now and I'm happy. You can't ruin that. We're good. It's over. The days of sadness and feeling like depression and fucked up stuff because I can't make ends meet and people keep ruining my opportunities, they're over. Those days are done. I'm happy now. So, there's nothing to cope about. You're the ones coping. You're the ones trying to justify and say things every day. Oh, no, Phil's making it up. Phil's not happy. Phil's got a bad personal life. Phil's got the... Phil is really good. Like, Kino, as they say. Not you, though. You're the ones who are sitting there watching some fucking idiot with 500 viewers, right? Restream me, making lame jokes like a fucking high schooler. Right? Like some schoolyard bully, and you're like laughing at it. You think it's funny. There's nothing funny. You're a loser. You're wasting your life away. You could just not watch me at all if you don't like me, or you could actually give the content a shot, because to be quite frank, you obviously like me if you're watching that much of me. If you're watching all the restreamer shit, if you're watching these terrible videos on YouTube about me, you like me, and you got to deal with it. You do, because you wouldn't watch this much of me if you didn't like me. Okay? So come and watch the real stuff. Give it a shot. Hang out with the nice people in chat. Have a good time with me. That's going to be ultimately way more productive in your life than sitting there on some dumb restreamer who, by the way, the only reason they're doing it is because you're dumb and you're giving them attention and money to do it. The moment that that disappears, they would not be there anymore. You notice DOODYSTREAMS is demonetized, but he's still begging, oh, can please support. He still wants support because he's doing it for the money. He's not doing it because it's fun or he has a bone to pick with me, a moral stand. He's just doing it for the money. Or else he would be like, oh, I'll just do it for free forever. Not doing that, is he? These other people are monetizing their content. They're taking donations. They're doing, of course they are. They're grifters. Get it? They're not doing content they like. They're doing content that prints the bills. They're getting the bag, and you're dumb. You're feeding them. You gave money to Cog, for God's sakes. Cog. His name is actually Clog. He clogs the internet toilets. Get it? And you gave the man money. Wow. That's tremendous.